Thank you so much for choosing Werkebee Media for your private photo editing. You probably have a lot of questions. Like, how exactly does this work? Am I sending you raw files? That sounds like a lot of storage. How do we exchange the files? Well, hopefully this video will answer a lot of those questions for you. If my screen just got brighter, it's because the sun just came out. One big change for photo editing in 2021 is that I am now working on an appointment basis. So you will need to schedule your editing appointment in advance. To do this, use the scheduling link that is provided, select your day and time, and then there's a second part to this. There's a tab that says For. Be sure to click on that. Select what you want done to that catalog, and please give me the name of the catalog so I know which one you're talking about. You can schedule this as far in advance as you want. So after you book a session or you book a wedding and you want to give yourself a timeline, go ahead and schedule your editing appointment right then. You want to prepare your catalog with anchor images or pre-edits. More than likely, you sent these to your clients as sneak peeks. Then you will need to label those anchor images so I know which ones they are. You can label them with a rating, a color, or a flag. For anchor images, I recommend every time there's a change of scenery for a gallery of, say, just 100 photos, that might be 5 to 10 anchor images, somewhere within that range. If this is a wedding catalog that you're sending, you will need to organize it into collections. Organizing collections is actually really simple and straightforward. Select everything for a certain scene or a certain time of the wedding. Go to the left-hand side, scroll down to the bottom where it says collections, hit the plus sign, name that part of the wedding. If you have more files that you need to add to that collection, simply select all the photos that you want to go in, and then drag and drop them into that collection. But don't drag it by the gray part of the frame, drag it by the picture. Then I recommend making a collection set. A collection set is just a set or stack of collections. It makes it a lot easier for exporting, which I'll get to in just a moment. To create a collection set, go to Collections, hit the plus sign, create collection set, and then name the collection set. To add collections to the collection set, you can either create your collections first and then add photos, or you can add collections you've already made into the collection set. For example, here is an example collection, and it is now nested within this collection set. To add photos to it, I would do as before, select the photos, and drag them into the collection. The other way of adding collections to a collection set is to select the collections and drag and drop them into the collection set. When I select the entire collection set, you will see that all the photos from the wedding are in this collection set. So, once you have your anchor images and your collections made, you're going to need to build smart previews. That's right, smart previews, not raw files. That is how we keep our file exchange process from being huge and overwhelming. Remember the collections that we just talked about? Well, select that so you can see everything that's within the catalog. Select all, go up to Library, down to Previews, and then Build Smart Previews. The one that says Build Smart Previews under the line, that's the one that we want. Lightroom will think for a second, and then once it's done thinking, you're ready to export. To export, go up to File and Export as Catalog. When the dialog box appears, make sure Build/Include Smart Previews is checked at the bottom. Lightroom will create 2 files in the place where you saved it. Those 2 files you need to zip together into one file. Do this by selecting both of them, right-click, and hit Compress to Items if you're on a Mac. If you're on Windows, it will be something similar. It's going to create a file that says archive.zip. Rename that file to whatever the name of the catalog is, _to edit. Now you're ready to upload. At the time of this recording, I am using WeTransfer. Go to the Werkebee Media WeTransfer link provided, and then upload your files. I recommend bookmarking this link. It'll make things a lot easier in the future. Once I receive your catalog, give me 1 to 2 days to review everything and make sure everything looks okay. At which point I will send you an invoice. If everything looks okay and the invoice is paid, on your appointment day, I will begin editing your photos. When you have the edited catalog back, it will come in a zip file. You will need to unzip that file. Don't just click on that Lightroom file. That's going to bring up Lightroom and it's going to be confusing and it's not going to be able to find your files. So don't do that. Instead, what you want to do is pull up the catalog that you originally sent me. Then you will go to File, Import from another catalog. Uncheck the checkbox that says Preserve old settings as a virtual copy. You don't want that. Then from the drop-down menu, select the option that says, hang on, I have to read this one, it's a mouthful. Add new photos to catalog without moving. Then select Import. That will bring in the images I edited into your catalog. Now, there's feedback. There's always going to be a learning process through this. There's no way we can get around it, it has to happen. So to give me feedback on things that you would rather do or things that you usually do or the way that you like doing things, I recommend using a service called Loom. The reason why I like to use Loom is because otherwise you're going to be taking screenshots and you got to find where you save the screenshot and then you got to go to the place where you upload it, and it gets really confusing and really murky. So Loom is very straightforward because it's literally just one click of a button and it does the rest for you. So go to Loom, show me what it is that you would usually do, and then send that link to me. It's a lot easier. I'm all about easy. Let's talk about presets. You probably use presets for your work, so you're going to need to send those to me as well. But don't worry, sending those is very easy. Go to the preset, right click, don't hit export. You're actually going to go to Show in Finder or Show in Explorer. What Finder or Explorer brings up is what you are going to then send me through the same WeTransfer link that you used before. I hope that cleared up a lot of questions about how this process works. If you do have any additional questions, please feel free to email or DM me. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.